DPW is saying I'm a scary cat.
Look out the window.
Fuck you, Enderman! Fuck you!
Oh my god! It scared the hell out of me, bro! I killed both of them!
Get out of here. Get out of here. You don't belong in this world, monster.
Her composure is just... She has no composure, though. Oh shit.
During 15th century Europe, there lived a person named Dracula. He practiced sorcery in order to create a bad world filled with evil. He began taking over the continent of Europe, changing countries from good to bad. The good people of Europe tried to fight off Dracula, but no one was able to survive. Finally, the Belmont family was summoned to battle Dracula's vile forces. The Belmont family has a long history of fighting evil. The townspeople became afraid of the Belmont's superhuman power and asked them to leave the country. Fortunately, the people found a mighty Belmont called Trevor. The curse of Dracula has begun. The fate of Europe lies with Trevor. Welcome everyone to Let's Play Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. I'm host, of course, Mr. Espinoza X. Whew! Yep, we're going right off the bat to Castlevania 3, everybody. Should be a good one. Lord, give me the strength to vanquish tonight. And we're about to do just that. But yeah, the reason why I decided to do a side why I chose Castlevania 3 as a side project to my main Let's Play of Phoenix Wright is because I couldn't decide what other games. So I'm just like, I don't want to play a game that's very long and stuff, and that will be like a lot of episodes, just like Phoenix Wright will be. So I just like, you know what, I'm gonna do like a short game, and you know, I decided, you know, I'm still in the Castlevania mood, so let's go ahead and play Castlevania 3. And maybe you guys are wondering, why did I skip over Castlevania 2? That is actually... I explained that already in my Castlevania 1 playthrough. In the finale, I said that I do not know the game very well. Just for the fact that, you know, I never played the game fully. Because there's just times where I'm like, am I going the right way? Do I have the right item to progress through the game and stuff, or where do I get that item, you know? I don't know a lot of the secrets and stuff, so it's like I just don't want to play a game that I don't know fully about and stuff. I've learned that lesson from other playthroughs that I did in the past, where I ended up canceling them. So yeah, so I was like, you know what, let's just skip Castlevania 2 and go straight to Castlevania 3. Because this game isn't a direct sequel to Castlevania 2, it's actually a prequel to Castlevania 1. Many of you guys are wondering, well, how's it a prequel? Because this character we're playing as right now is the ancestor to Simon Belmont, named Trevor Belmont. And what's also cool about this game too is one certain mechanic. And we won't talk about that mechanic until we you know, get to the introduction of it and stuff, because we're not there just yet. But I just like how, you know, after they kind of learned their lesson about Castlevania 2, it's like, you know what, let's just go back to the old style of Castlevania and introduce this new mechanic. And, you know, this is why it's awesome, you know, because of that mechanic. And you can't talk about Castlevania 3 without talking about the music. Now, there is a other version of Castlevania 3, and that is for the Famicom, which is what they call the NES in Japan. They call it the Famicom. The Famicom version has a better sound chip for the music, and it just sounds so nice. But I am playing the NES version for the fact that this is the game that pretty much I played mostly, even though the Japanese version, the Famicom version, Japanese version, has some differences, but mostly similarities and stuff. I think in terms of difficulty, maybe you guys are wondering, well, which one's the harder one? I have to say the NES version, even though a lot of people say that the Japanese version is hard. The Japanese version is a little more easier for me. The NES version is pretty challenging for me, like really challenging. It's just not as hard as people make it out to be. It's fun and it's challenging, and that's how I love my games, my retro games. Pretty much, it's challenge and everything. So yeah. But there is certain songs in the NES version I prefer than the Famicom version. And that is, you know, Mad Forest, Aquarius. But this song right here, Beginning, I prefer the Famicom version. So yeah. But anyway, we're going ahead and approach the first boss of the first level. Yes. Oh my god. He freaking hit the sword and went through that wall we were just behind. Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty much what my strategy is, because sometimes he won't jump to that platform that we're behind on. But yeah, just stay behind there. You know, use the dagger to throw it and stuff, and you know, defeat them easily like that and stuff. So yeah. But anyway, one mechanic that is cool about this game is you got your choices of what stage you want to play. Yeah, that is actually pretty cool. I usually prefer going down to the Mad Forest, but we're gonna actually go to the Clock Tower. Yes, because there is something I want to show off and stuff. So yeah. But anyway, here we are, the Clock Tower. Look at those graphics, dude. Look at that. That right there back then, like, you see those gears moving? Like, that back then was just revolutionary. It just looks so awesome, and it still holds up even till this day. I'm just like, wow, dude. Like, they went all out with this game in terms of graphics. The sprites, whatever you want to call it, but the sprites, you know, and everything, and the background sprites as well. It's just really awesome. But of course, many of you guys can't talk about Castlevania without talking about the most common thing in the game, the stairs. This game has more stairs than Castlevania 1. And you're gonna be oh my god, and the enemy placements too. And of course, the one enemy that's very popular in Castlevania, and many of you guys know who those enemies are. Those floating Medusa heads. Oh, Medusa heads plus stairs equals trouble. But we haven't gotten to there just yet, but you will. Just be very prepared. So yeah. So be very careful because, yeah, like I mentioned, stairs are a common thing in some of the stages here in Castlevania 3. And stuff, and you're gonna be dealing with like a lot of like flying enemies like the Medusa heads, and not only that, some other ones that we'll talk about once we get to those certain stages and stuff. So yeah. So but luckily you could whip while you're in the stairs and everything. You just really gotta be careful. Look at that right there. You see that You see that swaying back and forth? It's just so awesome, dude. It just really is. Look at that. That was such a huge thing back then and stuff. Even though I didn't play Castlevania 3 until 2000, I think 2008 and stuff. Because I never like had any access to playing any of the classic Castlevania games and stuff. I was just mostly playing like Super Castlevania 4. That was the first Castlevania game that I had ever played and everything, and then on, you know, with the other Castlevania games. I never played the classic 3 NES Castlevania games until I think I want to say 2009 or 2010. I'm not sure, but I think no. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was just trying to make sure. But yep, here we go. Medusa head, stairs. Ugh, so bad. so bad. Ooh, we almost. Oh boy. But man, just look at the gears, dude. Even when you pause the game, they still move, which I think is really cool. Because when you pause the game, just everything sits still. But when you pause at this part of the game, it still moves, which is really awesome. Oh my god. Woo! Haha. You thought you could get me, Medusa head, but you didn't. Alright, we're almost progressing through the boss. But man, this stage is it's challenging, but it's fairly easy. It's just, I don't know. I really don't have any trouble with this stage at all. I don't know. I just make sure like I don't fall. But yeah. And then we got the dagger, and let's go ahead and get that so you could throw twice the daggers. So that's what those items are. The Roman numeral 2. That means you could throw twice your sub weapons. If I haven't mentioned that in my Castlevania 1 playthrough, but if you guys are just wanting to watch somebody play Castlevania 3, I'll just go ahead and explain it to you guys. So yeah, and there's also a Roman numeral 3 as well, so you could throw your sub weapon 3 times at the same time, rather than just once and stuff. So that's what that's there for. Oh my god, I freaking hate this part right here, because I don't know, the freaking Medusa heads are just everywhere in this part. Oh my gosh. Oh boy, that was a close one. All right, let's go ahead, and we're gonna go ahead and move to this gear. Ooh, nice. That was nice. I dodged that one. Oh, he's chasing me. That Medusa head. Oh, dang god. All right, come on. Oh goddamn, I still got hit. I dropped down, dude. That sucks. But anyway, we're at the final area of the level. We're gonna go ahead and approach the boss. And if you guys are running out of health, there goes your pork chop. A lot of people say turkey legs, but in the manual they call it pork chops. So I've always called them pork chops and stuff because of the game manual. Because if that's what Konami wants us to call it, then let's go ahead and do that. So anyway, here we are facing off against the boss, which is a hunchback type monster. Like, yeah, it really reminds me of the Hunchback of Notre Dame or Notre Dame. Oh my god. Yeah, my best strategy, I should have gotten the axe. I didn't, like, I kept hitting the candles, but I never got the axe. I don't know why. Oh! We defeated it in its own corner. Whew, let's go. We're off to a roll, actually. Whoa, what, wait, what's going on? My name is Grant. I dreamed I was turned into a ghost. Please take me with you. My family was killed by Dracula. And this is what also one of the new mechanics is. We can be partnered up with another character. I am not kidding you. Yes. So when you meet one of the characters, you could either take that character with you or just, you know, leave them behind. I can help you a lot because I am very fast. Alright, well, you're in. Let's go ahead and defeat Dracula, Grant. Oh god, what was that? Oh my god, it's an earthquake. What's going on? Oh boy. Oh no, the bridge is out. We're gonna have to find another way to Dracula's castle. Let's go, Grant. But yes, Grant Danasty. Danasty. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Yes, Grant Danasty was one of the rebels who tried to stop Dracula, but of course, you know, they fell into a trap, and pretty much Grant's people were killed by Dracula and his minions and stuff. Minions, yeah. And you know, Dracula thought, you know, you put up a fair fight, I'm gonna keep you. You're gonna work for me now. So he turned him into that hunchback-looking monster, and put him in the clock tower and everything. So, yeah. But since, you know, we defeated Grant's monster form, the curse was, you know, was broken and everything. So he's back to his old regular self. So with each, you know, with each character, so you're given the option to play as a character. If you could change characters using the select button. There we go. I was trying to find that word. Grant's ability is he can climb walls. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, he can climb walls. He can pretty much climb anywhere. And honestly, I think Grant is the best character in this game. Except that his weapon is too short. If you're used to, you know, playing a Belmont using the vampire killer, yeah, I think you only probably use Grant for just climbing walls and stuff. So each character has its own pros and cons, just like Grant. Climb walls, pro. Short weapon, con. So yeah. But as soon as we get to the other character, I'm pretty much going to show off all the other characters, you know. Pretty much show off all the you know, characters that are in this game that we can play as and stuff. And there is a total of 2 more characters, and I won't talk about them until, you know, we meet up with them and stuff. So yeah. But I'm just saying, Grant is probably the best character in this game to be partnered up with. That's what I meant, to be partnered up with, not, you know, the best character, because no one's better than Trevor Belmont. But anyway, but yeah, when I saw that, you know, you could get partnered up with other characters, I'm just like, what? That is crazy. That is honestly really crazy, and it makes the game that much more replay. It brings that replay value all the way up. Like, literally, you know, I've probably played this game so many times just to, you know, do like a Grant run or any other the character runs and stuff like that. Or, you know, yeah, it's just really awesome, especially with the anniversary collection out. Yeah, like, I still am trying to get the other trophies for the other characters. It's just that this game is pretty difficult, so, but still, it's fun to replay the game to, you know, try out the other characters and stuff. So yeah. But anyway, fuck, I went so far, I did not talk about what we had to do next. Yeah, we have to go make our way all the way back down to the clock tower. So you thought you were done with the clock tower, but nope, we gotta go all the way back down. Oh my god, and the Medusa heads. Oh my gosh, but we're almost reaching the end over here. Oh my god, it's freaking... Yeah, you see that? Look at that. God, they just come out... Yeah, there's no end to these Medusa heads. Okay, Okay, just gotta... You know what? Maybe I could have jumped down. I could have probably jumped down. I probably should have done that. Or maybe... I don't know. Oh my gosh, dude. I hope I don't die. I hope I don't die. Come on, come on. Oh! Whew! My god, that was freaking close. But anyway, stay tuned for more Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. This is Mr. Espinoza X saying good night, good morning, good day. Whatever time you guys are watching this video, I will see you guys on the next one. What is up, my peeps? Welcome back to some more Let's Play Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. I am host, of course, Mr. Espinoza X. And sorry I haven't uploaded this particular episode last week, or I just hardly uploaded any sort of video especially Phoenix Wright. My son has had a fever for 3 days. It's due to teething. He's already growing teeth and stuff, and that's what happens when you start teething as a baby. You pretty much have a fever. And I've just been pretty much, making sure that, the fever, I'm just pretty much controlling this fever and everything. But he's feeling better now, thank God. And he's, just being a regular baby. But yeah. But anyway, right now we're going through the Mad Forest, and maybe you guys are asking me, or probably wondering, if I'm gonna ever, like, show, the alternate paths to, the levels. I will, just not the one from, the first episode, because it's still the Mad Forest. It's that you start at a different start point, than what you start with, than what we started with, when we started this episode and stuff. So it's really not much of a difference, it's just a different start point, so yeah. But yeah, so like the different paths that you take and everything, yeah, I'll show it off like in the bonus episode and stuff, because that's what gives this game a lot of replayability, is the different companions and the different routes you could take and stuff. So we're gonna meet up with the second companion you can get partnered up with. At the bottom part, I'll show it off in the bonus episode. So yeah. But anyways, go ahead and do this. So yeah, you're just gonna be dealing with a lot of like aerial monsters, like these jellyfish, the owls from the beginning, and of course the crows. Like, you'll be dealing with a lot of those enemies and stuff. So that's why I recommend either using the axe or the holy cross and stuff for these parts. And once you destroy the jellyfish, be careful with those little, like, things that they unleash and stuff. I didn't really know what it is. Oh my god, I almost died there. I literally almost fell off. Oh my god, that was a close one. Oh no, yeah, be careful with that also, because they could follow you like a heat-seeking missile. Yeah, these things are tricky. These things, oh my god, they just keep sprouting out. Okay, I'm gonna have to find like a way. All right, go. No, oh man. All right, come on. While the invisibility frame is going, yep, let's go. Yeah. God, that took forever than I thought. Usually I never have any trouble with that, but I don't know. That's just weird that they just kept spawning towards the end of that area. I don't know. It was really weird. Anyway, all right, we're gonna go ahead and go through the door, and of course, with every Castlevania, that pretty much is going through those doors in each level. That means it's your checkpoint and stuff, like I mentioned while playing Castlevania 1. Alright, this area is a bit tricky, so yeah, use the axe for this one. You're going to be dealing with these spiders. Oh, they're so annoying. You thought the owls aren't... A lot of people say that the owls are annoying, but in my opinion, the spiders are annoying because they just shoot their children at you. Yeah, you see? Look at that. They just like, here, have my kid. I was all like, I don't want your kid. But yeah. A lot of people say that the owls are the trouble, but nah. You only deal with them once. The spiders, you probably deal with them more in the game. This isn't the only time we'll be dealing with the spiders. We deal with them in another level. Yeah, in another level. But anyway, here we're gonna reach the boss room, everybody. This is the Stone Cyclops. Yes, the Stone Cyclops. Be very careful. You could only hit him you could only hit it in the head. Nowhere else, just the head and stuff. And be careful when it's charging at you and stuff. It's a pretty easy boss, and I do recommend using the dagger or the axe. But I mostly prefer the dagger and stuff. But other than that, it's not that hard. It really isn't. But anyway, defeated the Stone Cyclops. Level complete. Yes. Again, not that hard. Go for the head. You should be fine. Just be careful when it's charging at you. Whoa, whoa, what's going on? Whoa, 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 whoa. Who are you? Thanks for helping me. I'm Sypha, the vampire hunter. I will follow you if you need my help. What will you do? Take him with you? Leave him behind? We're gonna take him with us. I hope a magic spirit will give us the power. I definitely agree with you, Sypha. Let's go ahead and do this. Sorry, Grant. My job is done, so you should go with him for now. Yeah. Sorry, guys. As much as Grant is probably the best companion to get partnered up with, you could only have one companion with you. And that sucks, but at the same time, that's what gives this game one of the reasons it gives this game a replay value and stuff. The different paths, and the different companions you can choose from and stuff. Sypha Belnades. A lot of people consider him the weakest companion of all, but I disagree. Honestly, I really disagree. Sure, even though Sypha again has a short range weapon just like Grant, and another con about Sypha is that his lifespan, his health drops down faster than you could say level 5 Phoenix from Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah, it's that bad. It really is. As you can see when that monster hit me with the sword and everything, I only lost like 3 bars and everything. But for Sypha, like half of that will drop. Like, I am not kidding you. We'll show it off when you can. But what makes Sypha cool is the different spells he has. There's a total of 3 of them. Pretty much, they act like sub weapons and everything, but they're called spells and everything. They're called spells. First one, I believe is the one we got, is the Holy Flame, where it's pretty much like a flamethrower attack and stuff, which is really cool. The second one is Ice, which pretty much could freeze any enemy. We'll show that off. And of course, the Lightning Orb, which is really awesome, and we'll show that off once we get it and stuff. But yeah, there's a third companion we can get partnered up with. But if you guys remember when we chose to choose the route where Sypha is located, yeah, that third companion is at the bottom. So again, like I mentioned, I'll do all that in the bonus episode and everything. So once I'm finished with this, we're not done with it. So yeah. But anyway, now we are in the ghost ship, and this one is it's pretty challenging, but it's whatever. It really is. Just be very careful because there are some of the floors that deteriorate, that deteriorate and stuff. And once you stay in that little like square, like they're like the brown ones that you'll see. I'm pretty sure you guys seen it. And yeah, so once you stay there for too long, it starts to like crumble down. And then just be very careful. Also be careful with these ghost spirits and stuff, because they can be a little tricky. So yeah, but honestly, this level's really not that. It has its challenges, but it's honestly not that really challenging at all. The music here is pretty nice too. It kind of gives you that like, oh, we're gonna sneak in this ship and everything and steal it to make our way into Dracula's castle and everything. We're not in Dracula's castle yet, if you've noticed from the map. We're on our way there and stuff. It's probably like more towards like the end of the game, pretty much. So yeah. Yep, just be very careful with the platforms and everything. It just comes with timing work, that area. First time playing this game, I've had always my trouble in that area. But since I've got the chance to play the game even more, I don't struggle with that area anymore. But yeah. But anyway, we're about to approach not the boss of the level, but more of like a mini boss. Yeah, like a mini boss and everything. But anyway, that mini boss is none other than Medusa. Be very careful because Medusa has a bow and arrow. Yeah, you see how fast my health drops when I'm Sypha? That's what I wanted to just show off and stuff. That's just ridiculous, dude. But other than that, like, Sypha's not a bad character when what people make him out to be. You know what I mean? He's a really cool character once you have, you know, the different spells. Like right now, you have the Holy Flame. Man, the Holy Flame is awesome. But I think my favorite one is the Lightning Orbs. Like, you'll see once we get it. But other than that, man, Sypha's such a cool character. And honestly, I pretty much like using him more than Grant, if anything. Yeah, Grant could climb walls and everything like that. But does he have but can he use spells? You get what I mean? Sypha makes up his two flaws for the spells. Just saying. Oh my god. Ooh, we're almost kind of dropped there. But yeah. I guess I should be Sypha throughout this whole area. Well, yeah, we're almost reaching almost the end of the level. Well, you know what? Actually, I won't be able to because, yeah, the boss requires Trevor Belmont. I think I just prefer using Sypha more when it comes to fighting Medusa. We're gonna go ahead and switch over to Trevor Belmont because I don't know. I just feel like Sypha doesn't really have like a good jump, rather than you know, Grant or Trevor Belmont. I don't know what it is. Like I hope I'm not the only one. But yeah, Sypha doesn't really have a great jump. I don't know. It just kind of feels... How do I say this? It feels... I don't know. I honestly don't know how to, like, say it or something. But hopefully I'm not the only one that notices whenever they try to jump with Sypha. But anyway, oh my god, the freaking crows are so annoying. You thought the owls from Mad Forest were bad, but man, the crows, you deal with them a lot. Like, a lot. In this, like, a lot. So yeah. Oh my god, come over here. Let me hit you. Just forget it. Alright, let me hit you. There we go. Finally. Jeez. Oh my god. Alright, there's nothing there. Yeah, so maybe you guys are wondering, like, why do I keep hitting, you know, the wall when there's nothing? Sometimes I like to do that just so, like, I could kind of, like, I don't really know specifically where they put the pork chops at to replenish your health and stuff. So that's why I, like, you know, like right there. Yeah, you see? I just keep hitting it just to see if there's anything, you know. That's why, you know, you'll see me every time, you know, hitting the wall, even though there's nothing there. So yeah, I don't know specifically where the pork chops are at. But anyway, we're about to reach the true boss of this level. And it's more of a gauntlet. You're about to see right now. See this little ghost spear right here? These two coffins right here? The first coffin, what it has inside, are these two mummies. And really not that hard. Just look how I'm doing it. It's really not that hard. Yeah, just be very careful with the wraps, with the mummy's wraps and stuff, because they act like a projectile and everything. And the second one is another stone cyclops. Yes, much like the stone cyclops from the other level, just hit the head and everything. This one can be a little more trickier because it doesn't have the same, like, it's still easy, but I don't know. I just felt like this one is more smarter, if you get what I'm saying. Right now it's not acting smarter. Right now it's not acting smart, but it's smart. Not that smart right now. But yeah, just be very careful. Just run away, jump over. Yep. Alright, sorry, I'm just really concentrating right now because I'm almost dying. Oh! Okay, I think once. Alright, yeah, just hit it once. And then once it charges. Okay, alright, I think... Alright, I think over here. Yeah, this is a good spot right here to hit him. Alright, cool. We're almost done, guys. Sorry if my commentary is getting dull. I'm just really concentrated. Ooh, dude! I hit him once. Right here. Right here. Oh, what? I did. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, there we go. Alright, cool. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Let's Play Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. This has been Mr. Spinoza X saying good night, good morning, good day, for the time you guys are watching this video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Yo ho, a hunter's life for me. We hunt monsters, vampires, and everything you can imagine. I don't even know. Anyway, well, that was a fail. But anyway, welcome back everybody to some more Let's Play Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. I am your host, of course, Mr. Spinoza X, and welcome to one of my least favorite levels in the game. This is probably like my second one, and then there's another one that's about to come up pretty soon. But yeah, this is one of my least favorite levels, just for the fact that, you know, if you guys see my Mega Man X playthrough I did for Meister Gaming, I mentioned in the Boomer Karanger stage where I mentioned like I'm not really good at those type of stages where you pretty much just climb up stuff. And this is one of those levels. I mentioned in the first episode where, you know, climbing up stairs is a common thing in Castlevania 3. This one is just, you thought that the clock tower was hard? Well, this one just kind of is like the clock tower, but just on max difficulty. Oh man, I have my trouble with this level. Just saying, I really do. This is probably one of the fewer episodes where you'll see me like, you know, fail a lot. So just saying right now, if you're expecting like a really perfect playthrough by yours truly. But yeah, just those gargoyles, the way they're spawned at, the way they spawn at you and everything like that. It's just hard. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. As you got the Roman numeral 3. But yeah, those gargoyles are really annoying. Just the way they spawn at you, and they just keep coming. And I'm just like, oh my god, dude, it's so annoying. And of course you got it. And of course we're dealing with the axe, the knights throwing the axes at you and everything. I could be using Sypha, and many of you guys are wondering why am I not using Sypha for the free spell. Well, I like using Trevor in this part, just for the fact because of the vampire killer, the range and stuff. Because the way these enemies come at you is, you know, at least you get like some type of range against, you know, the enemies that are pretty far away once you're climbing up the stairs and stuff. So yeah, be careful with these little fuzzy balls of death. Just be, they're so annoying. I think the only way to defeat them is to use Sypha's ice spell when you freeze enemies and everything, which I'm pretty sure we're definitely gonna show it off the next episode, because man, you'll just see right now what I'm talking about. Alright, this part of the level, be very careful. Once you make that step, this is when it just keeps going up and up. Yeah, the camera just keeps going up. You just gotta move really fast. Also, that's another annoying part about this level. Like, you won't know where an enemy is at. You see, they just appear out of nowhere. Once, you know, that area is revealed to you more, that's when you know, like, oh, they just automatically appear. And that's honestly really annoying. Like, you see what I mean why I hate this level? Because look at that. Like, how was I supposed to know where that enemy is at? Luckily I played this game a couple times. That's why I kind of stopped right there. Like, okay, I know the knight is going to be over there. So yeah, you just got to really be careful and stuff. Just keep moving up. But yeah, if you've seen this video, and you'll pretty much you'll see where the enemies are at and stuff. So yeah, oh my god, I especially hate this level. Yeah, be very careful because they'll come at you just like the Medusa heads. And let me see what this area. Okay, cool. We're in the safe spot. We're not in the safe spot, but like a checkpoint. Yeah, there we go. That was the word I was trying to look for. All right, this one. Yeah, just be very careful. Just keep throwing the axe at the knight. Yeah, taste of your own medicine, buddy. Alright, one more. I think that should do it. Yep, there we go. Cool. Alright, let's go ahead and move up. And I believe we are going to be... I want to say... Oh, no. Oh, yeah. I remember now. This part. Yeah. Now you're gonna be dealing with projectiles. Yep, man. Oh man. Yeah. That's totally fair, Konami. That's totally fair. Now you guys kind of see why I don't like this level at all, cause it's not fair. It is not fair, especially this part. Oh my god. Look at you have all the time you can. Just imagine if, like, literally they put that scrolling part of the level into this part. That would have been so annoying, especially trying to, like, get away from the projectiles. I'm glad that they did not do that for this level. And it's not the only time you'll be dealing with the scrolling part. The scrolling and everything. There's another level that has that. So yeah. But anyway, we finally made it to the area where the boss is at. So yay. But again, then you're gonna have to deal with these crows right here. Just be very careful. Yep. That wasn't really that challenging at all. Oh boy. Yep. Now you know why I hate that level. It's just, I don't know, just weird enemy placements, and you know, it's whatever's. But anyway, here is a pork chop right here. Here is the boss. It is none other than the creature that looks like this Frankenstein monster looking creature, but it's called the creature in the Castlevania games. I think just for the fact that again, I would say, you know, copyright with Universal or anything, but then again, they have Dracula, so I don't know. I don't know. I really don't understand the creature, why they called this the Frankenstein monster the creature in Castlevania. But I think one person commented on a video on my my Castlevania 1 playthrough where I face off against a creature. Pretty much gave it a good explanation. I just don't remember what it was and stuff. But anyway, we are now in probably. We went from a bad level from actually a good one. I actually do enjoy this level and stuff. For the music. Because this stage has a music called Stream. And Stream is just such another underrated Castlevania song. And I just don't get why this song wasn't remixed in other Castlevania games. I honestly don't know why. It's just such a good song. But anyway, look at that. We got the ice spell. Look at that. Look, you thought that was cool? Look at this right here. The whole waterfall. That is freaking awesome, dude. That right there was just a huge thing. That was just that's just awesome. It still blows my mind till this day, like how a game this old can just, you know, be so revolutionary back in the day. But anyway, yeah, this is Sypha's ice spell. Nope, be careful, be careful. There we go. Freeze. Yep. Yep. Man, the ice spell is honestly, in my opinion, Sypha's best spell. It's really awesome. You literally can freeze just about any enemy, even the ones that require a couple hits to kill them. And if you freeze them, you can just do it in one. That's really awesome. And I honestly think that the ice spell is Sypha's best spell. It really is. It's just so awesome. And I really like, and that's pretty much the reason why I prefer Sypha more than Grant. Just for the fact, because of his spells. So yeah, it's just, they're really awesome and stuff. But that's not, but so far we've showed off Holy Flame and Ice spell. There's one more spell, and that's Lightning, and we'll show that off. I think probably like in the next episode or something. And we're gonna go ahead and switch out to Sypha because this area is yeah, this area. Alright, just freeze that, freeze the axe, and yep, you're good. Yep. It's really challenging, but again, use the ice spell and you're good. So yeah. Oh yeah, we'll also be using Sypha for this boss battle. Well, we're not in the area where the boss is at, but we'll be using Sypha mostly in this level and stuff. So yeah. Alright. And now. And also you could also freeze the projectiles, which It's really cool. I honestly think that's cool. You can even stand on the projectile, but again, the ice, the frozen, when they freeze, it doesn't last that long. So again, be very careful. You know, you just gotta, like, you know, once you freeze them, immediately just break them. Alright, for this boss, we're gonna be needing the flame wave. As much as ice is really cool, I believe that the holy flame is more effective for this boss, and I just died. But it's all good. We reached the checkpoint, so we don't have to restart to the beginning of the level. So yeah, alright, let's go ahead and bring back the flame wave. Flame wave, like it's Mega Man X. I mean the holy flame. Oh my god, I'm gonna get those confused. Am I? I probably will. You'll probably find me saying flame wave rather than holy flame. I'm over here thinking Mega Man X. But anyway, here is the boss, and it is none other than the two serpents. Yes, and this is why I say use flame wave for this boss, because man, flame wave has ridiculous range. Like honestly, look at that. I could be this far away, and look at that, I still hit them. I don't think I hit them or anything. I don't know. I honestly don't know. All right, we're almost. It's a really challenge. Not that much challenge. It's not that. They're not that hard. They're honestly not that hard. As long as you have holy flame, you're good. But anyway, that is the end of this episode, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Mr. Spinoza X saying good night, good morning, good day. Whatever time you're watching this video, I'll see you guys in the next one. Alrighty, everybody. It is time to infiltrate the castle. Yeah, buddy, just one more episode to go. What is up, my peeps? Welcome back to some more Let's Play Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. I am host, of course, Mr. Spinoza X. And again, I'm sorry that I had not been uploading any type of videos into my channel as of late. I've just been very extremely busy, and you know, with things going around with the COVID-19, yeah, the only time that I, you know, get to record is when I'm at work and stuff. And maybe you guys are wondering, wait, you record your videos while you're at work? Well, if you guys know me or follow me on Twitter or, you know, are on my Discord server, you already know what my job occupation is. So I mean, it's probably the most easiest thing. But anyway, so yeah, so instead of me uploading videos every single week, I think to this point, especially what's been going around, I think it's more of whenever I have the chance, pretty much, because I don't want to keep taking my laptop every single weekend to my job site, because, you know, I'm just trying to be like extra careful and making sure, you know, just, you know, it doesn't catch like anything at all, you know what I mean? So yeah, but if you guys know what I mean. But anyway, here we are. Man, this song right here, Aquarius, one of my favorite Castlevania songs out there, man. Again, this is one of those themes that is heavily remixed in other Castlevania games and stuff. Hell, it even got a remix in Smash Bros. Ultimate. I just wish that, you know, songs like Heart of Fire, Stream, and Cross Your Heart gets remixed more, because those songs just don't really get remixed at all. But I don't know. Actually, I prefer this version rather than the Famicom version. I don't know. It's just me. Again, like I mentioned before, I prefer a lot of themes. I prefer some themes in the NES than the Famicom version, even though the Famicom version is way superior when it comes to the songs and stuff. It sounds so nice. Oh boy, I hate this part. We're gonna go ahead and switch over to Trevor right here, just because I feel like Trevor, you know, kind of has a better jump than Sypha. Like, I don't know, it's just me, because Sypha, I feel like his jump is I don't know, he doesn't jump that high, you know what I mean? So yeah, this part would have been perfect for Grant, but again, I'm going with Sypha because I prefer him more than Grant, even though I believe that Grant is the best. Again, the best companion in the game and stuff. So yeah. But anyway, we're almost gonna reach to the end. But yeah. Back to like Castlevania songs and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I don't get why Konami doesn't remix some of the themes in Castlevania 3. There's a lot of songs you don't hear that often in other Castlevania games. I think the only ones you would hear is Aquarius, Beginning, here and there. I don't think Mad Forest gets enough remixes. I do, but they do. For Mad Forest, it kind of does, but not as often. You know what I mean and stuff. So yeah, and yeah, like I don't know. I really don't know. There's just way more deserving songs in the Castlevania series that deserve to be remixed way more than the very popular ones in the series. So yeah, but anyway, we're gonna about to reach the boss, and yes, we're about to reach another endurance boss. Yep, you already know what these 3 coffins are for. Yeah, so back in the ghost ship, there was 2, but in this one there's 3 now. You pretty much face off against the same 2 bosses that you did back in the ghost ship. So the first one is going to be the 2 mummies and everything. And after that is the stone cyclops, and yeah, pretty much. Wait, what happened to my upgraded? What the? Oh my god. Oh. Alright, hold on guys, we'll be back. Alright guys, we're back. Yeah, sorry about that. That was so weird because that last one, my whip wasn't upgraded, which was weird. I thought it was already upgraded. I don't know, I have to look back. But anyway, yeah, so first off, it's the mummy. So my best, well, this is a different layout than the one that was in the ghost ship. And so my best strategy is pretty much just like what I'm doing right now. Be careful with the mummy on the left because his projectiles actually shoot a little more up and stuff, and they can hit you. So once you get your good hits on the right mummy, as soon as the left mummy starts facing your way, just jump back on the higher platform. So yeah, but anyway, you defeated the 2 mummies, and now we're gonna face off against the stone cyclops. So remember, the only way to defeat the stone cyclops is hitting the head. So yeah, my best strategy, well, just try not to get hit. Oh god, I got hit. But yeah, just pretty much what I'm doing right now. You see, like, I just get a couple of hits, and oh my god, I failed to jump. Alright, I got 1 health left. I gotta make this count. Alrighty, this one is actually fairly easy though. So the last boss is the giant gargoyle. Yeah, just be very careful to not get caught by by his ground slam and stuff. Yeah, it's he's not that hard. Just be careful with the projectiles though. It does do a lot of damage. Yeah, so it's not that hard. Yeah. I'm not gonna say it's challenging because it's actually not. Fairly easy, especially fairly easy to get away from it too. So yeah, we're almost gonna defeat him here. All right. Yep. Just keep whipping your way. Yep. Just pretty much what I'm doing. And there you go. Gargoyle defeated. Stage is clear. Yep. We're moving our way up to, moving our way up in the castle and stuff. So yeah, I think the next one is we actually enter like the main lobby of the castle and stuff. Or no, we're still like, on our way. But yeah. Man, is it me? Or am I getting like huge deja vu right now? I don't know what it is. I'm getting really big deja vu right now, guys. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's a song! Because it's Vampire Killer! That's actually really cool that they brought back Vampire Killer and stuff. Which, you know, a lot of the time, Vampire Killer would be like the beginning song in every sometime, not all the time though, but just saying, like in the first Castlevania game, Vampire Killer was the first song. But in this one, they saved it until like farther in the end of the game and stuff, which I actually thought is pretty cool and stuff, because again, I did say that we're still not in the castle, but officially we are inside the castle. We're like in the main lobby of it. For those who've played the first Castlevania game, you know, would see the resemblance to the first stage of Castlevania 1 and stuff, which I think is pretty cool, you know. They did that and stuff, so yeah. Man, this the way that they remixed Vampire Killer in this game, man, it's just really awesome. Especially the Famicom version. The Famicom version is tremendous. The only reason, maybe you guys are wondering, well, why didn't you do the Famicom version rather than NES version? Well, again, the first Castlevania 3 game that I played was for the NES, so I think it was fairly, you know, it would have been better for me to do a game that, you know, I played a lot rather than the Japanese version and stuff, because I didn't play the Famicom version until the Anniversary Collection for Castlevania had released. So yeah, you get what I mean. So yeah, but yeah, be very careful with these green blobs, because man, they're just very annoying. They're so tiny and annoying though and stuff. So yeah, my recommendation is definitely using the axe and stuff, because especially for this part and the last part too. Yeah, because you'll be like, if you use them and you hit the green blobs, you don't got to deal with them. So that's actually a good thing right there. Oh my god, freaking yeah, just be very careful with the axes. Just yep, there we go. All right, let's go ahead and progress through. Oh no, I didn't want the holy water. Oh boy. Oh, I'll work with it though. I'll work with it. I'll work with the holy water. We'll see how it goes. All right, we're already in the final. It's a very short level and stuff, but man, it's definitely awesome. It's literally probably my favorite stage in the whole game. Ooh, holy cross. Okay, I'll definitely work with this. This will work for sure for the boss in this room, because man, whoo, man. I'll talk about the boss more when we, you know, get to him. But anyway, yeah, go before you fall into the pit. Okay, good. Yeah, I don't need that knife. It's funny how they place that candle there. And I'm like, ooh, a knife. I'm like, oh, there it goes. But anyway, here is the boss. It is none other than Death. Yes, Death is back. Well, actually not back, since he was in Castlevania 2, but we don't talk about that game. But anyway, yeah, Death is hard. Death is freaking, oh my god, I've always had trouble with Death in every single Castlevania game, especially especially part 1 and 3 and Rondo of Blood. I've always had my trouble. But anyway, when you defeat him, he's not done yet. He has a second form. Now you just pretty much attack its head, its floating head. You know, kind of reminds me of Andross from Star Fox in a way and stuff. Even though this game came way before Star Fox, so I can kind of see where Nintendo got their inspiration for Andross. So yeah, that's actually really creepy though, dude. Look at that, dude. Yeah, but again, the boss is easy. His first form was hard, but his second form is really easy, which is very disappointing and stuff. You just kind of gotta not try to get hit by the sickles and stuff, because the sickles, man, are so annoying when he uses them. Oh my god, it is annoying. But anyway, oh boy, oh man, I hate this level. It's one of those levels where you have to climb up stuff again. My kryptonite levels where you pretty much have to, you know, do like some type of tower stage where you gotta climb up. You know what I mean? Like, I hate those levels. I always have my hard time there. We haven't reached that part yet, but you'll see when we reach that the part of the level and stuff. But man, these are annoying, dude. These I forgot what they're called. I think, but they hold the fleamen. They drop them like bombs and everything. It's very annoying. That's why I recommend either using Definitely recommend using stopwatch, but I didn't even pick up a stopwatch. But the axe also works as well. Oh my god. Go away, flea man. No one wants you. Okay. Yeah, just okay, just trying to okay. Oh, there we go. I was trying to concentrate like, how do I deal with this one? Maybe I should just progress through, but then like I'm afraid because the flea men, they jump really high. So, you know, you may never know. But yeah, but anyway. Yeah, this level is just I hate it. I hate it so much. This is my least favorite level in the game because again, it's one of those levels where you climb up and pretty soon we're gonna go in the part where we pretty much have to climb upstairs, and you know what happens when you have to climb upstairs. The enemy placements are just ridiculous and stuff. But yeah. Ooh, nice. Alright, we're gonna definitely keep that one then. Yeah, just be very careful with this one because if you touch the spikes, instant death. So be very careful, everybody. Yeah, you don't want to touch the spikes. Yeah, so just follow me what I'm doing right now. This is my strategy right here. Yeah, just go like that and just wait right here in this space right here, and there you go. It's very challenging because when you're like in that one spot, when I forgot. Sorry, speech impediment. But yeah, just follow what I did pretty much. Ah, yes, this is the part I was talking about. Oh boy. Yep, you got to deal with these mini gargoyles, these the skulls that throw the projectiles at you and everything. It's just freaking annoying. Just yeah, I have my fair share of problems with this part of the level. Just for the fact that, my god, just trying to get away from the projectiles and, you know, trying to like get away from the gargoyles. Okay, good. That was very close. Just follow what I'm doing and everything. Yeah, you just gotta know where the projectiles are gonna be at and stuff, so that way you won't get hit. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you could actually defeat that one without any problems. Just be careful with the gargoyle flying behind you and stuff. So, okay, yep. Oh, go back down, go back down. All right, go, 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 go. Whew. Okay, well that did it. Yeah, that part. Oh, that part was just freaking. That was something else for sure. But yeah, but I think at this point right now it gets fairly easier, but there is one part that it's actually pretty difficult. Not hard, but pretty difficult and stuff. So yeah, yeah, this part right here. All right, cool. We got a checkpoint, so we're gonna have to start all over. Yeah. Okay. Yep. All right. Cool. Alright. What's cool about this stage is that they give you breaks in between, you know, the climbing segment and stuff. Right now we're about to do another climbing segment. This one, of course, is like the same one from... Fuck. I think it was last... I believe, yeah, it was last episode. The first level that we played and stuff. So, yeah. So, just make your way up. Just kind of like, you know, take your time with it too, because yeah, again, like, you know, once like that area fully shows, you won't know where the enemy is at until like the screen fully showed. Like right now that we saw, freaking, it wasn't there before, but when it fully showed, there it was. Oh boy, yeah, be careful with these spiky balls of death. Be very careful, because they're very annoying and stuff, and especially when you're like in a very you know, tight place. You can't jump, which is also annoying. Like that spot right there, like say if like, you know, there was a spiky ball of death right there, you can't jump, which is freaking like annoying, dude. Yeah, just be very careful. Yeah, just take your time right here for sure. Okay, yep. Just make your whip. Yep. Okay, cool. Yep. All right, make your way up there. Oh man, that was freaking close. And then yeah, that's pretty much it right there. We're just, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just be very careful. Ooh, my god. Yeah. Woo! We almost died. Alright, woo! Oh, be careful. Ooh, there we go. Ooh. Dude, that other one was about to touch me. But yeah, I like how they, you know, kind of do that, you know, like, you know, you're doing the climbing segment, you kind of, you know, take a little break and everything, just go straight through, and then, yeah, that's, you know, yeah. Oh boy, this part, yeah, so... You just be very careful with this part. You're going to be dealing with crows, creatures from the Black Lagoon. Yeah. I could be using Sypha for the freeze spell, but I don't have the freeze spell and stuff. You don't actually... I'm not sure if you get it here and stuff, but I don't know. I think for this part, even though yeah, you could use Sypha to freeze the water, like in the last episode. Yeah, I was trying to remember. Yeah, last episode for sure. But right now we're gonna show off the other spell that Sypha could learn that we haven't used yet. Just go ahead and switch out to Sypha, and then what you want to do is go over here and and bam, we got the lightning orb, and I'll show it off right now. Right now I'm just trying to get away from this whole spot and everything. Look at that. You see that little detail when you're in the waterfall and like some of the water is like, kind of like going to, you get what I mean. I actually think that's pretty cool. So yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, go away, Medusa heads. The one thing I need right now is freaking Medusa heads. But anyway, we're about to reach the boss for this level. I'm gonna go ahead and switch out to Sypha. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, here is the boss. The doppelganger. Yes, the doppelganger is pretty much could turn into whatever character you're playing as. So since we're playing as Sypha, the doppelganger is Sypha. But when you switch to Trevor Belmont, it switches to Trevor Belmont. And pretty much it's you, but way better. Utilizing in all the sub weapons and just the weapon, the primary weapon you use, which is the whip and Sypha's staff and stuff. So just be very careful. Yeah, just be very careful. Oh no! Ooh, switch real quick. Yeah, if you're in that tight spot right there, switch immediately. Cause look at that, you could just freeze through. So yeah, when you're in like in a tight corner, just like that, or on the left side, switch quickly and just get out of there. That's my strategy for that boss as well. We're almost defeating this boss right here. We haven't even showed off the lightning orb. Yeah, we already defeated it. We'll show it off next episode. But anyway, stay tuned everybody for the finale of Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. I am host, of course, Mysterious Peanuts X, and I see you guys. What is up, my peeps? Welcome back to some more Let's Play Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. I'm host, of course, Mysterious Peanuts X, and it is time for the finale. Yes, this is it, everybody. Time to put a stop to Dracula. And this stage is not that very hard. No, it's not. It's not that very hard. Leading to it's just really disappointing because you would thought the level that leads up to Dracula would be at least challenging or something like that. But no, it's actually fairly easy and stuff. Especially this part. This one takes patience. And then you also got to deal with the Medusa head and stuff. But this one definitely takes patience. You just got to kind of like wait. You got plenty of time, so you don't even got to rush anything at all. So yeah, you just got to like, once you see the platform, like, okay, I got to go to this one. Because if you just immediately drop, you die automatically and stuff. So yeah, you just got to wait until like some type of platform appears and everything. And be careful with those platforms because they could pretty much crumble. And then you'll fall to your death. But anyway, well, yeah, that part wasn't really that challenging. But this part is a bit challenging because the floor also crumbles down. And once you hit the spikes, instant death right there. But anyway, here, I think this is a perfect spot to show off Sypha's third spell, which is the orbs. And honestly, the orbs are awesome. Because, man, oh man, they're like heat-seeking missiles. They pretty much follow wherever the enemy is at and stuff, and it's just freaking, it's just awesome. I know I give the ice, I know I said that the ice spell is Sypha's best spell, but I believe the orb is his best spell because, man, oh man, it's just freaking, it's just awesome. I love it. I love the orbs. But anyway, this is pretty much the final part of the stage, and then we go straight to Dracula. And this part, it's fairly easy. If you have the orb, then you'll be able to deal with these pesky bats. Oh, we didn't even need the orb for that one. We just had to add the bow staff. But anyway, this is it, everybody. We have now reached the final part of Castlevania 3. Time to put a stop into Dracula. Let's go ahead and do this. Switching to Trevor Belmont because it is the duty of a Belmont family member to deal with the evil Dracula and stuff. So let's go ahead and do just that. Yeah, no, I don't want that knife. But anyway, yeah, so the sub-weapon of choice I prefer is the axe, and you'll see why. But anyway, here we are, facing off against Dracula. Oh my god, he trapped me in this, like, oh no, oh my god, yeah, be careful with that one, and stuff. There's moments where, you know, he kind of widens the fire pillar trap and stuff. You just gotta be really pay attention to the ground. You see, like that little triangle sticking out, and then you just gotta be careful before that pillar just shoots up. But anyway, we defeated Dracula. All right, yes, we did it. Wait, what? Oh my god, there's a second form? What? I did not know that. But anyway, this is Dracula's second form. This multiple heads attached to a brain type monster or something like that. Honestly, that's very scary. That is honestly scary for an older game, man. Yeah, that's really creepy. But anyway, this boss isn't really that hard. You just gotta be careful with, you know, whatever it's dropping. You gotta be really careful with that. But anyway, we defeated it. Wait, what? Another form? Oh my god. How many forms does Dracula have? Oh my god. Look at my health. Yeah, that's the thing. Your health doesn't regenerate after you defeat one form. So that's... Oh boy. Yeah, that's... Man. That is very challenging right there. That is not fair at all, game. That is not fair. Give me the option to regenerate my health regenerate my health at least, and each time I defeat a form. Oh my god. But yeah, this form right here, you could only attack the head, no other part of the body, just like the first form of Dracula, and stuff. You can only attack the head. So yeah, but honestly, this is it takes patience. You just, you know, gotta look for an opening and everything, you'll be able to get it. Just be very careful with the projectiles that it shoots out of his hands, and the eyes as well, and everything. And make sure you don't fall down into the pit as well. And anyway, we're almost defeating Dracula. Oh my god. And I freaking ran out of hearts too, so I can't use my axe. I gotta do this old-fashioned way, just whipping the head. Oh my god, just gotta be very careful. Oh boy, sorry, I'm really concentrating right now, because look at that, dude. One hit and I'm done. And that's the thing. If you die, that, like, you have to start all over. But anyway, luckily we don't have to do that. We did it, everybody. We defeated Dracula. Game done. Dracula finished. Get out of here, monster. You don't belong in this world. Woo! Man, oh man. I also love that victory theme too, like the all clear theme. It's freaking awesome, dude. I love hearing that theme when I finish this game. Oh boy. Yep, there it is. Whoa, Sypha is a girl? Trevor made many sacrifices. The long fight is over. Dracula is dead, and all the other spirits are asleep. Sypha, the vampire killer, hath had a bad life, but since she met Trevor, she is beginning to feel more comfortable with herself. After this fight, the Belmont name shall be honored by all people. Woo! We brought the Belmont name back to its glory. Yes. Man, oh man. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this playthrough. Hopefully everyone enjoyed. But after that, we are actually not done yet, because I still gotta tackle the Alucard path. And we will get that sometime. But anyway, again, thank you guys so much. And yeah, that ending where it was revealed that Sypha is actually a girl. Yeah, I don't know what it is with Konami and Metroid. Konami just seems to copy Metroid a lot, if you noticed. But anyway, yeah. So pretty much the reason why they did this, because a lot of people believe like, oh, females are not capable of being playable characters and stuff like that. But look at Metroid, the first Metroid game. This whole time you were playing as a girl, but it was later revealed in the ending, because if people would have found out that, oh, this whole time you're playing as a girl, they wouldn't, like, Metroid would have not sold well. You know what I mean? So pretty much, Castlevania 3, pretty much kind of did the same thing like Metroid did and stuff. And pretty much the whole backstory is that Sypha is a fighter, and she loves fighting, all these demons and everything like that. But of course, she was ashamed of herself, because people would like ridicule her, like, oh, you're a girl, blah blah blah, all this sexist stuff. So that's why she hid her identity, and she kept telling everybody like, I'm a guy, and everything and stuff. But as soon as she met Trevor Belmont, she started feeling comfortable with herself and everything. And yeah, Sypha is a badass. Sypha is. She's definitely a badass. They kind of.
And you guys thought we were done with this playthrough, but no, we're not. We got to do one more thing, everybody. Last time we took this path. This is where we partnered up with Sypha and everything like that. But we're not going to take this path. We're going to take the alternate path. Yes. Yeah, an alternate path in a NES game. Like, that is freaking crazy. Like, I know there's like, RPGs for the NES and everything like that. But for like a linear style Castlevania game, I'm like, whoa. Like, that is crazy and everything. But anyway, welcome back everyone to some more Let's Play Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. I'm host, of course, Mr. Pianza X, celebrating 10 years of yours truly's Spooktober. Yes, welcome everyone to Spooktober of 2021. Yes, it's gonna be a pretty big Spooktober this year and everything like that. You guys see me stream earlier Resident Evil 3 and everything, which should be uploaded onto my YouTube channel and everything like that, and stuff. And I decided, you know what, like I mentioned, I was gonna come back to this to do this specific part in the game and everything like that, just to show it off. And not only is there an alternate path, but we also get to meet up with a third companion that you could partner up with in this game. Yes, I'm not gonna say who it is or what that person name is. Once we meet that person or creature, who knows, we will find out once we meet up with the person or creature or monster. I wonder who could it be. But yeah. But anyway, yeah, I know it took me like a year to finally do this thing, but I just wanted to focus on other things and everything like that. Can you blame me and stuff? So yeah. I mean, if you are playing Castlevania 3 in the anniversary collection and everything like that, I guess you can like pass this game a total of 3 times. No, actually, you know what? It's actually I think it's it's 4 times actually. If you want to like get the trophies, if you're like a trophy person when it comes to games, yeah, you have to beat it with Sypha, the partner that we're gonna meet up right now, and Grant, and then of course just by yourself as Trevor Belmont without partnering up with any of the companions and everything like that, and stuff. So yeah, if you guys want to go for it, go ahead and stuff. Man, it's gonna be a challenge because I mean Castlevania 3, it's challenging. There is some hard parts into it and everything like that, but hey, go nuts. But yeah, but anyway, oh my gosh, this song right here, man, this song has a very interesting title to it, but it's still very good. So good that it's a shame that freaking Konami doesn't use it much and stuff. It's called Deadbeat, but right now we're facing off against the boss of the level. Oh no, oh my god, this giant bat. Oh my god, oh god damn it. Oh my gosh. Alright, hold on guys, we'll be back. Alright guys, we are back. So let's do this one more time, facing off against this giant bat. So yeah, total sub weapon recommendation for this one will be the Holy Cross and everything. So yeah, man, Deadbeat is definitely just one of those underrated Castlevania tracks that hasn't been used in other Castlevania games, just like Stream, like I mentioned 2 episodes ago and stuff. And it's like I don't get it. Like I totally don't get it and stuff. Why they don't use these songs in other underrated Castlevania songs in other Castlevania games? Like why Konami? You know what I mean? And I'm not complaining, but I mean still, you know, it's like, man, it would be cool to like kind of like hear like the renditions from other games and everything like that. So yeah, but anyway, alright, this is the level where we pretty much meet up with the third companion and everything like that. We're pretty much taking the underground route to the castle and stuff. So yeah, right now we are pretty much in just a careful with these flame dudes, because they actually do leave off fire. Yeah, you see that? And yeah, and there's some regular mummies and everything like that. So yeah, just be very careful not to fall and everything, because there's gonna be a lot of these platforms that crumble. Also be careful with the druplets. I think that's like acid that's melting pretty much the blocks and stuff. I think that's what it is, like acid. You can't touch it, or you know, you'll get hurt and stuff like that. So yeah, also watch out for the spikes as well. And oh my gosh, it's the blob, freaking blob. I hate those, dude. These things are so annoying. Look at that. They just bounce around everywhere like freaking flubber. Oh my gosh, dude. All right, come on, get a little closer. You're dodging my Holy Cross. Like, whoa. You see what I mean? Oh my god, more of these. That one's actually would have been more easier to take. But yeah, so also in the bottom there's like pretty much an alternate path you could take. The top one's actually a little more easier than that one, because the bottom one you can't you can't kill those fuzzy balls and everything like that for some reason. Like this level pretty much like you could take either the top part or the bottom part and everything like that. For that one, yeah, I definitely recommend the top part if you're trying to, like, you know, beat this level a little more faster and stuff. The bottom over here, I do believe it's also a bit hard. You know what? It actually isn't. Ooh, excuse me. And then I freaking have 1 health left. We gotta make it count. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and take the we're gonna wait up, and there we go. Now we just gotta wait until those flames dissolve, and we pretty much could make our way up. So yeah, and everything. Yeah, the bottom like part will just mostly be a lot of these little fuzzy balls, and again, you can't kill them and everything. You could slow it down pretty much by hitting your whip or your sub weapon or anything like that, but you can't destroy it. And also be careful with this, because when you touch a spike, we pretty much die. Like literally, I only have 1 health left and stuff, so I gotta be very, very careful on this part. Okay, we just gotta wait until this goes down, and then there we go. Cool. All right, you already know what this part is. You just pretty much jump on the top, you wait for that one to go, and there you go. I think we're almost reaching the boss for this level, which the boss in this level, oh no, gosh damn it. Okay, oh boy, hold on guys, let's try this again. Wow, that was freaking, oh my gosh, dude. Whew. Damn it. I expected it to happen, because I mean, again, I only had 1 health left, so yeah, I guess we just gotta go for the upgrades again. Ooh, man. Yeah, I expect to die a lot in Castlevania games. Yeah, I just let it hit me, because I mean, there was really no way for me to dodge that, because, you know, there's already like the ceiling's already all like tight, so you can't really have much room to jump and everything. So yeah. Alright, just gotta jump this platform and then go over here, and then bam, stairs. And we're practically, I think we're, yeah, we're like literally already here. This is pretty much like the final area and stuff. So yeah. So let's just go ahead and ignore this freaking eyeball. This little eyesore. If you know what I mean. Alright. Let me see what else is around here. No, there's no like pork chops around here to replenish our health. So maybe if we go a little more down over here. No. No. And no. Okay. Well, we gotta work with what we got. But anyway, here he is, guys. It is the boss of this level. Pretty much the third companion that we could be partnered up with. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Alucard, the vampire. Yes. Oh boy. He is a tough one. He really is, and everything like that. He's pretty much, I'm just gonna say this now because I mean I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna put one and one together and everything like that. Like, Alucard, that's such a weird name. Oh, it's Dracula backwards, because it is. Alucard is, though it's not revealed till the end of it and everything like that. Excuse me. Alucard is the son of Dracula. Yes. I mean, if anyone's watched pretty much the original movie, Son of Dracula, which is Alucard and everything like that, you already know who pretty much Alucard is and everything like that. So yeah, it's total like maybe you guys thought like, what is this, a young like Dracula you're fighting up against? But no, his name is Alucard and everything. We defeated Alucard and everything like that. So yeah. I'm surprised you beat me. I've been waiting for you. I need you to help me destroy Dracula. What will you do? Take him with you? Leave him behind? We will be taking Alucard with us. Yes, I'm glad to hear that. Let's get him. I am Alucard, you see? Dracula backwards. But yeah. But anyway, this is the beginning of the Castlevania 3 playthrough, the Alucard run. Yes. So here's what we're going to do pretty much, guys. For this playthrough, since we got Alucard now, we will be using Alucard throughout the playthrough, unless there's a boss or a certain area in some of the levels and everything that require me to be Trevor, like say going up the stairs and everything like that, or you know, some of the bosses that, you know, are pretty tough, you know, I will use Trevor and everything like that, but you'll see me a lot use Alucard and everything like that. So yeah, Alucard, what is there to say about him? You would think, you know, having the son of Dracula, you know, he would be pretty much the best companion to get partnered up with. Well, it's totally the opposite. Alucard is pretty much the equivalent of, you face him, he's like the most like difficult boss in the game and everything like that. But as soon as you unlock him, he's not that good. He pretty much has these projectiles that he throws at his enemies, just like Dracula would and everything, but they are not very effective and everything. Much like, you know, Trevor Belmont's Vampire Killer Whip, where pretty much he can, you know, mostly kill these monsters with just one blow. But Alucard's like projectiles, they need like more than just one. It's a lot. But anyway, the bottom is Aquarius. We're not going to be taking Aquarius. We're just going to keep going straight over here and everything like that, because we've already been in Aquarius, so there's no reason for us to go to Aquarius again and stuff. So yeah, so we're gonna be continuing straight down and everything to pretty much the underground of the castle. But yeah, but there is actually a good thing about Alucard, and he can actually turn into a bat. Yes. So yeah, you see right here, he could turn into a bat. It's only but there's a time limit, so you gotta gather you see our heart counter. It pretty much went down because it requires hearts in order to be a bat and everything like that. Pretty much a timer. As soon as your heart counter reaches 0, you won't be able to use that ability anymore and everything. And that's actually it's actually the cool thing about Alucard and everything. And I think that's what he makes up for, you know, his weak projectiles and everything. And it's good. Like, it comes in very handy in tight spots. So yeah. But anyway, here we go. We're here facing off against the boss of this level and everything. We pretty much, didn't we fight this boss in the beginning? Yeah, we did. Get it? Beginning because of the song. Oh no! Okay guys, we are back. Alright. We're gonna be, I think we might be using Trevor mostly for this one because, yeah. Again, Alucard's projectiles are not very that effective and everything. But I mean, I know it's considered cheating since this is called the Alucard run. But hey, this is my playthrough. I make up my own rules. So, yeah. So, it's my rules. But anyway, here we go. Oh my god. Okay. Whew. Whew. Oh no, we're almost dead. We're almost dead. Whew, we're not dead. Alrighty guys, well hopefully you will enjoy the first part of the Alucard run. Stay tuned for part 2. This has been Mr. Pales X, saying good night, good morning, good day. What is up my peeps? Welcome to part 2 of the Alucard run of Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. I am host of course, Mr. Pales X, celebrating 10 years of yours truly Spooktober. Yes sir. Anyway, let's go ahead and switch over to Alucard because we are now beginning the underground of Dracula's castle. Yes. But anyway, many of you guys are wondering what kind of sub-weapons can Alucard use? Well, the only thing you use is the stopwatch because practically him turning into a bat is pretty much a sub-weapon and everything like that. He can, yeah, again, the only thing you use is a stopwatch. That's pretty much it. Again, like I mentioned, I don't really use Alucard that much and everything. And I did hear, you know, that, oh, like, okay, you know, Alucard was in the older games and everything like that. And stuff. Because Alucard, after this, we don't see Alucard again until Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Which is a very much later Castlevania game and everything like that. So, yeah. But anyway, this freaking, it's gonna, ow, freaking. Try to stab me and everything, you damn freaking skull. But yeah, but just to kind of give you guys a refresher of what the Alucard run is gonna be. Again, I will be mostly using Alucard for this playthrough. But if there is a moment where I do need to use Trevor, say like a certain boss or a certain area in the game, then I will pull out Trevor and everything like that. But after that, I pretty much got to go back to being Alucard. So that's pretty much what the Alucard run is excuse me. So yeah. So I don't know. I just really never use Alucard that much playing Castlevania 3 whenever I do play Castlevania 3. Again, Sypha's my main companion and everything because she is definitely, in my opinion, even though a lot of people say Grant is just because he can pretty much climb walls, Sypha has a lot of spells that are very useful and everything like that. There's more than just her staff that she uses. The spells, it's what counts for her, and man oh man, they are freaking amazing. So yeah, again, Alucard still, you know, he makes up for the weak projectiles with, you know, pretty much turning into a bat and everything like that and stuff. But I get it, you know, they don't want to make it seem like his dad pretty much, with this, oh my god, those freaking fireballs of death and freaking shooting out. Oh my god, and I just died. Oh, buddy. Our first game over. Alright, we'll be back, everybody. Alright, guys, we are back. Yeah, I just didn't want to start the whole level over, because then that would pretty much take forever and everything like that. So yeah, but anyway, we actually can turn to a bat in this part, but oh yeah, let's go ahead, just to kind of like, you see what I mean? The bat turning into a bat is, again, useful, very useful, in order to get out of like tight spots or anything like that, or pretty much if you're too lazy to jump into the moving platform and to pretty much point B and stuff. So yeah, but yeah, again, if you cannot use the bat you cannot turn into, like, use the bat for too long, because your heart count is pretty much the timer for how long you could use it and everything like that. So yeah, but yeah, there has been some very interesting Castlevania news that's happened as of late, and many of you guys know what I am talking about. That is, of course, the Castlevania Advanced Collection that came out for pretty much all of the platforms and everything like that, announced back in the Nintendo Direct. There was rumors way before the Nintendo Direct that, you know, they were going to release another Castlevania collection, pretty much re-releasing the games from like the Game Boy era, pretty much like the Game Boy games and everything like that. And so, and I heard that, I was like, okay, you know, that's actually pretty exciting, and stuff like that. And then when they got announced back at the Nintendo Direct, I was excited, because there was one particular game that I didn't think they were going to really re-release, because this game was very infamous for how hard this game was and everything, and for the fact that pretty much this is the American version of Rondo with Blood and stuff. And I seriously don't get why, you know, Konami thought, you know, we couldn't handle Rondo with Blood, you know what I mean, and stuff. And we literally didn't get the, you know, the Japanese Rondo of Blood until freaking, I think, when it got re-released for the PSP, for the Dracula X Chronicles game and stuff. So yeah, but luckily, again, it got released for the Rec Room collection. So yeah, but anyway, here facing off against the creature, or Frankenstein's monster, because that's what it looks like. But of course, to avoid kind of not, you know, I think it's more of its own take. You know, instead of calling it Frankenstein's monster, they just call it the creature, because that's what it is. You know, he's the creature of, you know, that Frankenstein has created and everything. So yeah, but anyway, here we are. Still, I think after this one, we will be moving on up into the castle, pretty much. So yeah, still in the underground and everything. So yeah, so yeah, so when I saw that, I was very excited, you know, because like, despite how hard Dracula X was, there's some moments where I do enjoy it and everything like that. The soundtrack's good and everything. I do love like some of the level designs, even though there's some like parts in the level where like there's some enemies placed just wow, like something that will definitely make you rage and stuff. So yeah, but anyway, and of course there was Circle of the Moon, Aria of Innocence, oof, what was the other one? What? Oh my god, why, how did I forget the other one? But yeah, there's another Game Boy game, pretty much, you know, the main character for that one is Justine Belmont, if I'm not mistaken. Oh my god, why am I forgetting names today? I do apologize. Oh my god. But yeah, it's another like Game Boy game and everything, so yeah. But anyway, yeah, I was just like, wow, like, and I didn't think it was gonna release literally the day it was announced and everything like that, which I was like I just really hope that this is a sign that Konami still hasn't forgotten about, you know, Castlevania or any of the other franchises and everything. And I just hope, you know, down the line we'll get a new Castlevania game, a proper one this time, not like freaking Lords of Shadow. Oh my god. Oh man, wow, what was that? I thought I was safe. I definitely thought I was like, okay. I thought, like, you know, I was good, but I guess I wasn't. So yeah. But back to my topic. I just hope, you know, that they'll make a new Castlevania game. I really hope so, and everything like that. Especially since, you know, now we're getting like a spin-off season to the Netflix Castlevania show. Because season 4 just, you know, pretty much ended. And oh my god, season 4 was amazing. Definitely a really great closing season to a really great anime series and stuff. So yeah. We'll see what the spinoff is, because it's gonna pretty much focus on Richter Belmont, which I'm really excited for. So yeah. But anyway, oh my gosh, freaking blobs. I just gotta freaking try to not get hit by this guy over here. There's no pork chop behind that wall. Alright, let's go ahead and see. Alright, yep, I think, yep, come back. Alright, cool. You freaking go away, blob. We're not dealing with you. Oh man. Alright, here we go. Here is not necessarily the boss of the level. More like like Castlevania does this a lot too, where they add like 2 bosses in a level and everything like that. This giant bat is pretty much like the first, because we're not done with this area just yet and everything. Just crazy how they brought back the bat. Like, the bat again, really? Like, this person, like, really? Oh man. But anyway, here we are. We're actually now gonna be climbing up the castle this time. We just gotta wait for these falling blocks, so be very careful, because if one block pretty much hits you, yeah, you're done. You are done, sir. Even though I have 1 health, you are done. So be very careful and stuff. You just got to really know the pattern well. So I suggest being in the far right, just drop down and then just wait for the middle block to fall, and we hop to that area, so that way, yeah, you see what I mean? You see what I'm doing here? You want to get as high enough, and I totally recommend being Alucard for this part. You want to get as high enough where you could turn into a bat and fly to pretty much the exit to the stairs that goes to the next area and everything like that. So that's what you pretty much want to do. I should have been gathering up hearts, actually. I only got 5. I just hope I can make it. So, alright, I think we're good. Yep. Come on. Ooh, we made it. Yeah, you see what I mean? That's pretty much what you want to do. But of course, be careful. Alright, there we go. So yeah, that's pretty much what you want to do. Just follow my lead and you will be alright for that area. Because that area can get very difficult. And I remember I had a very hard time in that area. Literally took me like 2 hours to finally like learn the pattern and everything like that. So yeah. So like I was like, okay, maybe the far right, you know, and I'll be good. And you know, you just saw that right now and everything. Can be difficult. So I do too, and I made the mistake too. I should have been like saving hearts and stuff, because probably if I saved up like enough hearts, maybe I wouldn't have to wait for all those platforms, I mean those blocks to fall and everything, to where I can actually, you know, get up there and everything. So yeah, I just totally recommend, like, you know, gathering up hearts for turning into a bat. So yeah. Alright, so I do believe after this area it's gonna be, actually we could actually turn into a bat. We don't need to do that difficult platforming that's up ahead. Yeah, I'm doing the cheap way. So what? Oh man. But anyway, here we go. This is pretty much the final area, and of course they do put Medusa heads on here with these rotating Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Well, at least we don't have to do that again. At least we don't have to do that again. We don't have to like go back to like the previous area. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's go ahead and turn to a bat. Yeah. Let's do the cheap way and everything, because these Medusa heads are everywhere. Oh no! No! Ooh! Okay. I thought that was the final area. I guess not. Huh. I thought that was okay, maybe this one. No, that's not this one. I think after the stairs. Yeah. After the stairs is pretty much the final. I probably got it confused with some other area that we're gonna go later on, because like, you know, that type of like, you know, hallway where there's a bunch of the freaking Medusa heads and everything like that. Like, you would think, you know, that would be the final area, but I guess not. That was my mistake. I do apologize for that, guys. Yeah, I know you guys are screaming your head off like, that's not the final area. Like, what are you talking about, ESP? Alright, we're gonna go ahead and switch over to Trevor Belmont for this area, because man, oh man, there's gonna be a lot of these I like when it comes down to like, you know, climbing the stairs or like, you know, scrolling levels that, you know, pretty much scroll up and everything like that. Yeah, that's when I totally recommend just being Trevor Belmont and everything like that. So yeah, again, it doesn't matter if you beat the game with either Trevor or whatever companion you partner up with in order to get the trophy. You could still beat the game with Trevor Belmont and stuff. You know, when you kill Dracula and everything like that. So yeah, the only thing is though, if you're trying to go for the trophy or achievement where you beat it, where it has the icon with Trevor Belmont, you have to pretty much do it all by yourself. You pretty much got to go back to that old style Castlevania without any companions helping you out and stuff like that. So yeah, and I think that's what makes Castlevania 3 a bit easier in that department, because again, I'm not saying Castlevania 3 is easy. Trust me, Castlevania 3 is pretty difficult, and you've seen me a couple times dying and everything like that. Yeah, with these companions with different abilities and everything like that, it makes it, you know, more of that easier and everything like that. So yeah, and stuff. But anyway, oh yeah, okay, yeah, this is the final area. This is pretty much a little boss rush over here. We got the 3 coffins and everything like that. The spirit pretty much consuming these 3, whatever's inside the 3 coffins. The first one you'll face off against is these 2 mummies, and I have to sneeze, but I can't. But anyway, be careful with, you know, them throwing their like mummified wrap at you and everything. Just be very careful and everything. I think once you go halfway with one mummy, that mummy will be destroyed, and then you just gotta go for the other mummy. Or yep, there you go. So now you just gotta go for the other mummy right here real quick. Just come here a little closer, buddy. Come here. I know I'm being cheap right now. But hey, whatever beats the game, right? Oh man. Alright, we're almost defeating this mummy over here. Come on. Come here, buddy. Let me talk to you. Come on. Oh no. Oh my gosh. You gotta be careful. I got a little cocky there. But anyway, the second one, it'll be none other than the Stone-Eyed Cyclops from the first level and everything. So yeah, again, the only way to attack the Stone-Eyed Cyclops is pretty much attacking the head, with pretty much the eyes and everything like that. That's pretty much the weak point and everything like that. So yeah, and then you just want to be careful because it will charge at you. You just pretty much gotta dodge it and everything, and just be careful not to get hit by the hammer, because it can take out a lot. So yeah, all right, I think we're almost, just gotta pretty much toy with him, just kind of like follow what I'm doing right now. Just, you know, go left, right and everything. Look for an opening just like right now, Oh, you see that? Like, once he, like, lays its hammer down and everything, that's pretty much, like, free shots and everything. So you just gotta be very timely. Like, bam, you see? You see? Look at that. Alright, Stone Knight Cyclops is killed. So now it is time to face off against the final boss in the rush. And that is this giant gargoyle and everything. And he's easy. He is easy. He is probably the easiest one. I think maybe they should have put the Stone-Eyed Cyclops in as the last one rather than this guy, because man, this guy is freaking so easy. Oh man. Alright. We almost got him. We almost got him. Just pretty much avoid getting stomped by him. But yeah, again, he's not that hard. But anyway, guys, stay tuned for the finale of the Alucard run. This has been Mr. Belmonts X saying good night, good morning, good day, whatever time you guys are watching this video. Have a good. What is up, my peeps? Welcome back to the Alucard run of the Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse playthrough. I am your host, of course, Mr. Belmonts X, celebrating 10 years of yours truly's Spooktober, and it is time for the finale. Yes, this is it, everybody. We are now infiltrating Dracula's castle and everything like that. And man, oh man, good to hear good old bloody tears once more time and everything. So yes, and I was thinking very, very hard, like, how should I do this? Like, should I just replay the whole thing again with Alucard, or should I just, you know, do a little like a montage or something like that? But nah, we're gonna go ahead and replay up to this part and everything like that. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Like, that's pretty much the last episode was the alternate path and everything, and stuff was pretty much the underground. That was it and everything. Now we are pretty much going back into the right path and stuff. So yeah, and man, oh man, these freaking knights. It's a good thing. Like, I know I've been doing pretty much cheap things with Alucard and everything like that, not going up there and facing them like a man or vampire. But hey, you know what, it's whatever. It's whatever, you know, you know, beats this game a little more faster. So yeah, but it will probably take a little long time and everything like that, because again, like I mentioned, Alucard's projectiles are really not that strong. It doesn't even matter if freaking you upgrade it. It takes a while and stuff like that. So that's pretty much why I don't really like using Alucard that much. But I mean, turning to a bat, that's probably the best part about Alucard. But anyway, just to get a little refresher about the Alucard run, and one last little refresher, pretty much is playing through the game as soon as as soon as we partner up with Alucard, we will be playing the whole game with Alucard. But if there's certain moments that I do need to pull out Trevor Belmont and everything, I will do it, but I immediately have to go back to playing as Alucard, pretty much. So that's pretty much what, in my opinion, is the Alucard run. So yeah, and stuff. So like a certain boss or like a certain area where, you know, I would need Trevor and everything like that, that's pretty much why, you know, using only Trevor, pretty much like a safety blanket if anything. So yeah, and stuff, because again, those projectiles are pretty weak. So yeah. Ooh, pork chop, don't mind if I do. But yeah, just go ahead and yeah, you see what I mean? Oof, gets through each level so easily. that's what he makes up for it. It's definitely the weak projectiles. That's the turning to a bat pretty much makes up the weak projectiles. So yeah, again, like I mentioned, probably, you know, they wanted to do that, you know, for Alucard and stuff. They didn't want to make it seem like his dad, you know, with his fireballs of death, pretty much taking out half your health and stuff like that. So I think, you know, they said like, oh, that would be cheap and everything. So yeah. Man, oh man, yeah. Man, yeah. Again, don't really like using Alucard that much, but hey, once in the future we get to Symphony of the Night, oof, it's gonna be all over, because we have no choice but to play as Alucard. But I mean, Alucard in that game, at least, you know, he has a variety of things. So you didn't like, you know. Well, once we get to Symphony Night in the future, you know, you'll pretty much know what I mean. And freaking damn it, I should have gotten the stopwatch. Oh my gosh, dude. Look, yeah, you see what I mean? Yeah, that's why I hardly ever use Alucard and stuff. But anyway, here we have the final area. Oh man, if I do remember correctly, this is where pretty much the bridge starts collapsing. So you guys gotta really hurry up, or you can pretty much do like what I'm gonna do pretty much right now is turn. Nah, you know, out. Nah, I think we're good. Oh no, yep. All right, cool. Yep, gonna turn to a bat. Whew. All right, I think we're good. No! Oh my god. All right, guys, we are back. Let's make sure we're not making that mistake again. Wow. But anyway, here we are. The boss. Grim Reaper himself. Death. Man. Spoiler alert. Just giving you guys a spoiler for season 4 of Castlevania. Netflix's Castlevania. Dude. Death was amazing. Like, it was so unexpected for Death to just pop out like that and everything like that. Like, I always thought, like, who is this freaking vampire and everything like that. Like, I didn't think he was gonna be like a main, like pretty much like the main villain and everything. And damn, dude, it turns out he was Death. And man, Death has a mouth on him too and everything. Like, dude, like, I was just like amazed. Like, I knew then and there they'd eventually bring Death into, you know, Netflix's Castlevania. I didn't think it was going to be that way and everything, but he was amazing and stuff. So yeah, but anyway, here's the second form. This one's actually a little more easier than the first form, because the first form, oh my god, it's pretty challenging and stuff. But this one, he just pretty much turns into a giant floating head, and honestly, just not that hard. Not that hard. But anyway, here defeated Death. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the next area. And we're pretty much getting close to the ending and stuff. Yep, just, this one right here. Oh my god. I always hated this level. Like, I've always had a hard time playing this level and everything like that. Because there's a certain area where you have to pretty much climb like a lot of stairs. Oh, I actually hate this area too, because the flea men freaking getting dropped down. Oh my gosh, dude. Like, I always have a hard time with this level, dude. You see me struggle with the level from the playthrough, from the playthrough that I did and stuff. You guys see me struggle. I struggled a lot. Especially in this area. I've always struggled with the flea men, because the flea men, oh my god, they bounce around and everything, and you're trying to, like, even if you're Alucard, you have like 3 projectiles, you know, shooting at the same time, but you still have a difficulty with flea men, because they pretty much know where they're gonna shoot at, where you're gonna shoot at and everything. It's just like, ugh. It's like they're reading you. They're reading where the freaking projectile is gonna be at. It's just super annoying and stuff. But from this part over here, it's not really that, not really, you know, not really that difficult and everything like that. It's pretty much like the breather. Like, all right, we gave this person, you know, a challenge. Let's go ahead and just, you know, give them a little more easier area and everything like that and stuff. Again, do not touch the spikes, because pretty much you die automatically. It's kind of like Mega Man, you know, you touch spikes and you automatically die. So yeah. But anyway, this is the area I'm talking about. Look at that. Look at that. This is going to be a little hard as Alucard, as you can see, you know, defeating these skulls over here. Yeah, it's going to be a little difficult. So we're going to go ahead and switch over to Trevor Belmont. Again, like I mentioned before, if things get difficult, we're going to have Trevor Belmont's our safety blanket and everything like that. So yeah. And oof, I don't have the upgraded whip and everything. Probably because I died and then it just pretty much restarted with Trevor and stuff, which makes sense, right? Just gotta be very careful over here. Yeah, you see, like, all right, we can actually move. Ah, I got hit with the... Oh, no. Ooh, dude. Okay. The invincibility frames that saved me there. Because if that gargoyle would have hit me, that was it. I would have died in that part, but no. Whew, man. That was freaking... Man. The invincibility frames freaking, you know, saved our lives. Oh, man. Alrighty, so this area, again, it's like a little breather room. Like, oh, yeah, we gave this person, you know, they'll stare deaths, but, you know, let's go ahead and give them a little breather. So, yeah. Oh, man. Alright, come on. I don't, like, okay, there we go. Yeah, we actually got that. I do believe there is a pork chop behind that wall. I'm really not sure, but we'll continue on. Doesn't really matter. Oh, more stairs. Oh, especially this one. So again, careful the fuzzy ball. Again, you can't kill the fuzzy ball, unfortunately. Ooh. All right, yeah. So with this one, this is actually a this pretty much, you know, moves all the way up and everything like that, but there's like a little like shake effect with it and everything like that, so you just gotta hurry real quick. It's not like a side scrolling climbing up. It's more of like just a kind of like an earthquake effect, and like boom, and then boom, and then waboom, and yeah, you see what I mean. Let's go ahead and turn to a bat. Make this a little more easier for us. We don't want to go all the way up because, you know, oh my god, this was also makes a bit difficult for Castlevania 3 is because, like, when, you know, you have these type of like climbing up levels areas in the game, and then freaking like the enemy won't fully pop up, you know, from where they're gonna spawn at and everything like that. Like, it's just it's so stupid. That's one thing that makes this game a little more difficult and everything like that. A lot of people say the Famicom version is actually a little more easier one. I have played the Famicom version. I could say, yeah, it is and everything like that. It's still challenging and stuff, but I mean, I could see it. I could see that's pretty easy and stuff, but still pretty challenging. Oh man. Oh. This level. Man, wish we had Sypha for this one to freeze the water. But we have Alucard. But you know what we can do as Alucard? We can turn to a bat. Yep. Just be careful with the crows. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Yeah. Whew. Oh, no. Oh, no. Freaking the Medusa heads. Oh, I hate these freaking things, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's going after me. After me. Oh. How? Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Yeah. Maybe we should go through the boss area now. Yep. Let's just go through the boss area. Oh boy. The doppelganger. Okay. So the doppelganger, whatever character you are, that doppelganger becomes and everything like that. But except it's better than you, pretty much. It's like, who are you? It's like, I'm you, but better. So yeah. So for this boss, there's a little thing I like to call the switcheroo technique. So yeah. So pretty much what I'm doing right now is I'm making it a little more easier for me and everything to make sure I don't get hit by the doppelganger and everything like that. So you'll see right now. It's just kind of like move, and then as soon as he's gonna hit you, just turn real quick, so that way, you know, his animation for turning to the next character could, you know, activate and everything like that. So pretty much what I'm doing right now, as you can see, good strategy. It's a really good strategy and stuff. Yeah, you see, we're about to get hit, but bam, quickly turn and then move your ass, and then bam. All right, let's go ahead and move to Trevor Belmont and stuff, because man, getting away from those projectiles as Alucard, okay, we got hit. All right, it's all good. Let's go ahead and switch over to Alucard again. All right, let's go ahead and turn. Yeah, you see what I mean? This is the best strategy for the doppelganger and everything. Just what I'm doing. I love this strategy. And then we're gonna go ahead and turn over here, and then come here, come here, come here, come down here, come down here. Okay. There we go. I was all like, is it gonna get down there or not? So, all right, let's go ahead and switch. real quick. Move. Go ahead and switch back to Trevor. And then just wait until he comes to us. I'm pretty sure we could be able to... Yeah, there we go. Yeah, buddy. Whew. Yeah, so that's pretty much my strategy with the doppelganger. Is the switcheroo technique. Use it. Like, I'm telling you now, use it, because it's like, I've seen people beat it without using the switcheroo technique, but it is difficult. Like, it's really hard. So yeah, but anyway, here we are, the final level of Castlevania 3. We're gonna go ahead and meet up with Dracula. It's gonna be father versus son. Yes. And I'm just really surprised that even this game, you've seen the ending with you've seen the ending to my playthrough, and pretty much explained that, Trevor and Sypha, it's revealed Sypha is actually a girl. So, Trevor and Sypha fall in love, and they get married and everything like that. Like, this is like pretty much like a story and everything like that. And stuff. It does reveal that, Alucard had to kill his father and everything, pretty much revealing that, hey, he's the son of Dracula and everything like that. But it never fully explains why he had to do it and everything. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, they're probably in the manual maybe and stuff like that. Let's go ahead and switch over to Trevor for this one. Ah, damn it. I should have saved some hearts when we were Alucard, so that way we could turn out to a bat. You know what? Yeah, let's just do that. Alright, we'll be back, guys. Alright, guys, we are back. Alright, we got some hearts. So, for this one, make sure you save some hearts, so that way when you're Alucard, you can just pretty much do this. Because the bridge, pretty much, the blocks collapse and everything, and you'll fall to the spikes, and you'll just pretty much die. So, you don't want to do that. So, again, save some hearts, and then gather up some hearts, grind for it, and then pretty much as soon as you have enough, turn to a bat, and you could pretty much easily do that, right? So yeah, but anyway, back to my topic and everything. Maybe in the manual, it does, in the manual of Castlevania 3, maybe it explains the reason why and stuff. I don't know, I never read the manual and everything, because the first time I ever played Castlevania 3 was through the emulator and everything, but pretty much the reason why, again, I think in the backstory it does kind of say why is Dracula trying to like kill all the people of Transylvania. It's because the church pretty much killed Dracula's wife, which, she's pretty much like a scientist and everything like that, like a doctor, pretty much, using medicine to help people and everything like that. And pretty much she went to Dracula to, discover all this and everything, like, to pretty much learn about all this. Eventually they fall in love, they get married, they have a kid, and pretty much Alucard and stuff. And pretty much the church branded her as a witch, so they burned her at the stake and everything. And pretty much Dracula, told the people of, Transylvania, like, hey, you killed my wife. You guys got a year until you pretty much pray to your god, like, you're for the sin that you've done and everything like that and stuff. People didn't listen, and a year later, pretty much Dracula was like, all right, well, I warned you guys, so pretty much killed most of the people in Transylvania and everything. That's pretty much why the church pretty much went to Trevor Belmont and everything like that, which they've pretty much excommunicated, ran them out of their own house and everything like that, because they thought they're pretty much witches too, because of their usage of black magic and stuff like that. So yeah, so pretty much that's why Dracula pretty much was doing this and everything. So Alucard thought it was wrong, like, it's not, why are you doing this in the name of my mother? You know what I mean? Like, if you don't stop, I'm gonna have to stop you myself and everything like that. Dracula, pretty much, Dracula pretty much, attacked Alucard because he was trying to attack him and everything. So, pretty much left a huge scar in Alucard's chest and everything. And he pretty much had to have time to heal and everything. So yeah. And yeah, that's pretty. And eventually, you know, Alucard met up with Trevor and everything. Pretty much like, you know, we saw in the first part of the Alucard run and stuff. So yeah, I'm not sure if it tells in the manual, but it does say the reason why he had to kill his father the first time and stuff was because, you know, pretty much, you know, what, like, he's just pretty much like putting him out of his misery and everything like that. So yeah. So I totally forgot what I was gonna say. Anyway, you just gotta one more. There we go. All right, that's it for the second phase. Now it's time for the third form and everything. So with this one, you just gotta watch out for the projectiles and everything. You gotta attack the head. Just watch out. You don't want to. Okay, come on. Ooh. All right. Yeah, you just gotta watch out. And that's one thing too. Like I mentioned before, when we defeated Dracula for the first time, is you don't get your health replenished for each form you go through, which I think it was like, again, it's Nintendo Entertainment System logic and everything like that. You know, pretty much making it difficult for the player, and, you know, giving them that challenge and everything like that, and stuff. Of course, if you die, you know, pretty much start all over from the beginning of the level. So, yeah, unlike in the first one, where even though you get a game over, you know, you pretty much still, you know, go to the stairs leading up into pretty much Dracula's boss room. This one, you gotta start all over from the beginning of the level, of the final level. Not like the game, but the final level and everything like that. Again, like, I don't know. That's what makes Castlevania 3 definitely difficult than the first game. So yeah. But anyway, we finally killed Dracula. We have saved Transylvania. And it's all thanks to Alucard, his son. Yep. His son. We had to do it. We had to do it for the sake of the people and for our mother. Trevor made many sacrifices. The long fight is over. Dracula is dead and all the other spirits are asleep. The battle was won by Trevor and Alucard, but Alucard feels guilty because he killed his real father. Yeah. Trevor realizes this as he stands there thinking about Alucard. After this fight, the Belmont name shall be honored by all people. And pretty much after this, Alucard again feels guilty for what he did, so he goes back to the coffin that he was in and goes for a very, very long sleep until he's resurrected once again. Until he's awoken once again. Resurrected like he... I'm so sorry. I kind of messed it up there. But anyway, that is it for Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. Hopefully everyone enjoyed the playthrough and also the Alucard run. Hopefully everyone enjoyed it and everything like that. So yeah, again, it was fun playing this game again, you know, as Alucard and stuff like that. So yeah, but that is not it, everybody. We still, you know, have a few weeks left until Halloween starts and everything like that. You know, we still got Resident Evil 3 and everything. We still got Darkstalkers. So yeah, so definitely stay tuned, because I do plan on doing another playthrough. You just gotta wait and see what it is. So yeah, but again, Castlevania 3, though it may be difficult, it's still fun. I still freaking enjoy this game to death and everything like that. Man, oh man, maybe one of these days, like probably my own time, I'll, you know, play the game again, but this time without any of the help of the companions, but just as Trevor Belmont, because I do definitely need that trophy left. Thank you so very much for playing. Yes, presented by Konami. Please, Konami, make another Castlevania game. We need it. We need it. Oh man, oh man. But anyway, guys, that is it for the Alucard run. Again, hopefully everyone enjoyed and everything like that. I will see you guys again for more of Spooktober 2021. This has been Mr. Spinoza X saying good night, good morning, good day, whatever time you guys are watching this video. And I will see you guys on the next one. Alright, everyone. Have a good Spooktober.